Part 3. Economic Construction and Reforms in Taiwan. Chiang Ching-kuo's political career in Taiwan can be divided into several key stages: early economic construction and reform, midterm political consolidation and transformation, and late democratization. During this period, he achieved significant success in Taiwan's economic development and social construction and promoted Taiwan's transition from an authoritarian regime to a democratic system. Early stage, economic construction and reform 1949 to 1960s. 1. Infrastructure construction and economic recovery. Upon arriving in Taiwan, Chiang Ching-kuo faced a resource-poor and economically distressed environment. To stabilize the economy, he implemented a series of economic construction measures, such as the 10 major construction projects, focusing on infrastructure development and industrialization, leading to rapid economic growth in Taiwan. He also promoted the 9-year compulsory education system, which improved the overall educational level in Taiwan. 2. Land reform. Chiang Ching-kuo carried out land reform in Taiwan, implementing the policy of land to the tiller, which limited landlords' land ownership and allowed farmers to purchase arable land. This policy not only alleviated farmers' burdens and reduced the wealth gap but also boosted agricultural production and promoted social stability and development. Midterm, political consolidation and reform 1970 to 1980s. 1. Authoritarian rule and political repression. During this period, Chiang Ching-kuo enforced strict authoritarian rule to maintain social stability and regime security. Taiwan was under martial law from the 1950s to the early 1980s, and the government consolidated its rule through media control, restrictions on freedom of speech, and suppression of opposition. He also used legal means such as the national security law to combat political dissent and anti-government activities. 2. Diplomatic dilemma of the Republic of China. In 1971, the Republic of China lost its seat in the United Nations, and in 1979, the United States severed diplomatic relations with the Republic of China and recognized the People's Republic of China instead. These diplomatic setbacks significantly lowered Taiwan's international status. In response, Chiang Ching-kuo adopted pragmatic foreign policies, strengthening ties with unofficial allies and seeking international space. 3. Economic boom. Chiang Ching-kuo continued to drive Taiwan's economic development, transforming it into an export-oriented economy. The government promoted economic growth through infrastructure investment, support for high-tech industries, and the development of small and medium-sized enterprises. By the late 1970s, Taiwan's economy grew rapidly, earning it the title of one of the 4 Asian tigers. Late stage, democratization process 1980s. 1. Lifting martial law. In 1987, Chiang Ching-kuo announced the lifting of martial law in Taiwan, which had been in place for nearly 40 years. This decision marked the first step towards political liberalization in Taiwan. The lifting of martial law was followed by the end of the ban on political parties and media, allowing the formation of new parties and media liberalization. This was one of Chiang Ching-kuo's most significant political reforms in his later years. 2. Ending the ban on political parties. In 1987, Chiang Ching-kuo allowed the establishment of new political parties, officially ending the KMT's one-party rule. This move made political pluralism possible in Taiwan, laying the foundation for the democratization process. Subsequently, opposition parties like the Democratic Progressive Party (DPP) emerged and became the main competitors of the KMT. 3. Promoting localization policies. In his later years, Chiang Ching-kuo implemented a series of localization policies to enhance Taiwanese people's sense of identity. He appointed more local-born officials to important positions, reducing reliance on mainlanders. This policy helped alleviate ethnic tensions in Taiwanese society to some extent. Achievements and legacy. 1. Economic development. Under Chiang Ching-kuo's leadership, Taiwan's economy grew rapidly, earning it the title of one of the 4 Asian tigers. Taiwan transitioned from an agricultural society to an economy dominated by high-tech industries. 2. Democratization process. Chiang Ching-kuo's political reforms significantly advanced Taiwan's democratization process, laying the foundation for political openness and the formation of a multi-party system. 3. Social stability. His policies enhanced social cohesion, making Taiwan a relatively stable and prosperous society. On January 13, 1988, Chiang Ching-kuo passed away, and Li Tenghui succeeded him as President of the Republic of China, continuing Taiwan's democratization process. Chiang Ching-kuo adopted various measures to curb corruption in Taiwan, striving to establish a clean government system. 1. Strengthening administrative discipline. Upon taking office, Chiang Ching-kuo sought to improve the integrity of government officials through strict disciplinary requirements and efficient administrative management. He emphasized that government officials should possess the virtue of integrity and self-restraint, rejecting corruption. He personally supervised inspections to ensure the government's clean image. Case: holding high-level officials accountable. Chiang Ching-kuo did not hesitate to deal with corrupt officials, even high-level ones. He publicly handled several high-ranking officials suspected of corruption to serve as a deterrent. For example, a senior official was dismissed for abusing his power for personal gain, attracting widespread attention and serving as a warning. 2. Establishing an oversight system. Chiang Ching-kuo supported the establishment of independent oversight bodies to monitor government departments and officials' conduct. These institutions' primary tasks were to investigate and review corruption cases, ensuring government transparency and accountability. Role of the Control Yuan. Taiwan's Control Yuan was a crucial component of the oversight system, responsible for investigating and supervising government conduct. During Chiang Ching-kuo's tenure, the Control Yuan's role was strengthened, becoming a significant force in combating corruption. The Control Yuan could independently conduct investigations and publicly report on corruption cases. 3. Promoting anti-corruption education. To fundamentally curb corruption, Chiang Ching-kuo promoted anti-corruption education, emphasizing officials' moral qualities and civic awareness. He used various channels to publicize the importance of integrity, fostering a sense of honesty among public servants. Filial integrity education. Chiang Ching-kuo advocated for filial integrity culture, emphasizing that officials should be loyal to the country and filial to their families. He believed that a filial person would be more responsible and consciously resist corruption. He also promoted anti-corruption education among officials' families to build a family-based anti-corruption awareness. 4. Strengthening legal and institutional frameworks. Chiang Ching-kuo was committed to improving legal and institutional frameworks to prevent corruption. He supported the formulation and implementation of various laws and regulations that clearly define public servants' behavior norms and disciplinary measures. These laws provided a legal basis for anti-corruption actions. Civil Service Act and anti-corruption laws. During Chiang Ching-kuo's tenure, Taiwan enacted several civil service management laws, such as the Civil Service Act and the Anti-Corruption Act, which explicitly defined the behavior standards and penalties for public servants. These laws provided a legal basis and institutional guarantee for the government to combat corruption. Effectiveness and evaluation. Chiang Ching-kuo's anti-corruption measures in Taiwan achieved certain successes, maintaining a relatively high level of government integrity during his tenure. Overall, his anti-corruption measures enhanced the credibility and transparency of the Taiwanese government, creating a favorable environment for Taiwan's social stability and economic development. His anti-corruption actions not only established the government's clean image but also laid the foundation for subsequent anti-corruption efforts in Taiwan. To address internal and external threats, Chiang Ching-kuo established a large and efficient intelligence network in Taiwan. He led the establishment of intelligence and security agencies such as the National Security Bureau and the Investigation Bureau and personally supervised their operations. Chiang Ching-kuo faced major challenges from internal political unrest and external communist threats. To maintain Taiwan's stability, he had to invest considerable effort in intelligence work, combating espionage activities and potential insurgent forces. Case 1. In the late 1950s to early 1960s, Chiang Ching-kuo directed several large-scale anti-espionage operations, successfully uncovering several Chinese communist espionage cases. These actions effectively curbed communist intelligence infiltration into Taiwan. Chiang Ching-kuo's achievements in intelligence work included not only combating espionage activities but also promoting the modernization of intelligence agencies. He introduced advanced intelligence technologies, enhancing the efficiency and accuracy of Taiwan's intelligence operations. Case 2. In the 1970s, Chiang Ching-kuo promoted the modernization of intelligence agencies, introducing advanced surveillance equipment and computer systems, making Taiwan's intelligence work technologically advanced on an international level. Besides addressing external threats, Chiang Ching-kuo also used intelligence agencies to combat internal corruption. He monitored government officials' behavior through intelligence networks, severely punishing corrupt officials and enhancing government integrity. Case 3. Chiang Ching-kuo once used intelligence agencies to discover a high-ranking official engaging in corruption and bribery, ultimately bringing the official to justice. This action not only deterred other corrupt individuals but also won widespread public support. Chiang Ching-kuo's intelligence work profoundly impacted Taiwanese society. Through combating espionage, curbing corruption, and enhancing intelligence efficiency, he maintained Taiwan's political stability and social order, laying a solid foundation for Taiwan's economic takeoff and democratic transformation.